Hi guys, it's Night Fear, and I have come on today for this video to share with you my BookTubeAthon wrap-up. I did pretty good. I read 6 out of 7 books, but I only completed 5 of the challenges. So, unfortunately, yeah. So anyway, I want to tell you about what I read and how I failed. So the very first challenge was to flip a coin, and the book that won was On Writing, and I only got halfway through it, and I'm still not finished with it yet because I'm reading things for the newts, and that wasn't one of the books for the newts, and so I'll eventually, probably next month, end up finishing that, so that was the challenge that I failed, along with the read 7 books. I didn't do that either. I did start that one first, but then I always read more than one book, and the other books kind of, even though I love Stephen King, the other books, because of the way it was, I really wanted to finish a lot of the other books, and so, like I said, I only got halfway through that one. So, anyway, so the next challenge, oh, I'm sorry, you know what? I only got 4 of the challenges, because the next challenge was read a book about something you wanted to do, and that was also On Writing. So I failed that challenge too. So the third challenge was to read and watch a book to movie adaptation. And I need my Kindle because I forgot about this book. But the book that I read for that, oh, my brain is going dead. Was, hold on one second and I'll show you the cover of the book, because I read this on my Kindle. Not really prepared for this video today, guys. I'm kind of out of it. But I read, oh, wait a minute, that's not the right one. Okay. I read Ready Player One. It was actually really good. I gave it, I gotta get my other sheet here to let you know. I think I gave it 4 stars, I think. No, I gave it 5 stars. So, yeah. And it was weird because the movie and the book were totally different. The challenges were totally different. The way he won was totally different. Everything was just totally different. The way he met characters, the way he found out things about the characters, everything was just totally different. So, and I don't know which one I liked better, because they both kind of, I don't know. So you can actually watch the movie before, because I had seen the movie before, and it didn't at all mess up me reading this, because it was so different. So, but yes, it was a really, really good book, and I really enjoyed it. So I would definitely recommend that, and it's by Ernest Cline. So, but yes, so definitely check it out. Was a really good book, and it was a really good movie too. All right, so the 4th challenge was to read a book with green on the cover. Green on the cover, which is this one. And this book I own. This is Amber House by Kelly Moore, Tucker Reed, and Larkin Reed. It actually, I didn't realize, it's actually a part of a trilogy, I think it is. And I gave it a 4. It was really, really good. It's about a girl who moves, or her mother's mother dies, and they kind of move into the house to settle things, and she finds out a lot of interesting things, and some strange things start happening, and it's really, really good. I really enjoyed it, and I really want to try to get to the other. Well, the second one is out, the third one is not out yet, and actually doing some research trying to find the third one, I found out that the third one was too long. So actually, I think they've split the third one into 2 books, possibly, maybe, and then it's supposed to be out next year, I think, maybe. But anyway, I would definitely recommend this house. I definitely would recommend this book. Did I tell you I gave it a 4? Well, I gave it a 4. So, yeah, but very good. And, of course, it's got green on the cover. So, yeah, definitely would recommend that one. Then I read Read a Book While Wearing a Hat. I actually wore a little tiara thing, which is actually up there, if you can see it. See the little thing right there? That's what I wore, because hats, I have found out, are really, they make me a little anxious. So I couldn't wear a hat, so I wore that. And I read Lock and Key by Joe Hill and Gabriel Rodriguez. And oh my gosh, this was a very, very good, and it's a graphic novel, but it's very, very good. So at the beginning, and this is not a spoil because it happens in the very, very beginning. It's a family. It's a mother, father, 2 brothers, and a sister. And their father ends up getting killed. And so they move in with their uncle into this house. And this house, there's a bunch of locked doors and a bunch of keys. And it's just a whole, and there's this evil presence. And that's where I'm going to leave it. And it's kind of spooky and creepy. And it's so good. And I haven't read the second one yet. But I have that on my TBR for the Newts, so I will be reading it soon because I have it from the library. But yes, I definitely would recommend, if you like graphic novels and you like creepy, I definitely would read this book. And I gave it a... What did I give this book? Is that my other one? I think that was my other one, because I think I read this one last month. Ugh. Wait a minute, guys. Hold on just one second. Oh, yeah. This is the last book I read in July. I gave it a 5. I thought I did. So it was a really, really good book. So I really, really, really recommend this. So, yeah. Okay. The next book is to read a book with a beautiful spine. Oh, you know what? I messed up. That was the book that I read, the extra book that I read. This is the one I read while wearing a hat. Sorry about that. Was American Vampire, which is also a graphic novel. And it's by Scott Snyder, Raphael Albuquerque, and Stephen King. And the way it goes is, like it has... okay, so this is the first chapter, and so the first little story is by Scott Snyder, and then the second little story is by Stephen King. So, like, they'll have different parts of the different, I mean, it's all the same story, but it's like chapters almost. So, and it's really, I mean, it's, you know, really kind of bloody and gory and stuff. But this one is also good. I also gave this one a 5, and it has a different take on vampires, and I'm not going to tell you because I want you to read the book. And there's actually a second volume, which I have on hold. I don't have it. They don't have it on my library, but they do have it for ebook. So I have that on hold so I can read the second volume. But it's basically, it's kind of, it starts out at the old. They're telling a story about, oh shoot, what is his name? Skinner Sweet. And he is basically an outlaw. And they're telling his story, and some things happen, and then it kind of goes back and forth. And so you find out about Skinner Sweet's story, and then what's happening now. Well, not now, but, you know, in the story, the now. So it goes back and forth, and it's really, really good. And I can't wait for the second volume. And I'm so excited about getting back into graphic novels because I hadn't read them in a while. And I just really love the stories, and it's just a different way of reading. So I definitely would recommend that. So that's the one with the hat. Sorry about that, guys. I got a little confused there for a second. And then the one that I read, the last challenge that I read for this one was, wait a minute, 6 books. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait a minute. No, this is not the last one. I read 6 books. Okay, so this is the second and last one. The Rose Society by Marie Lu, which is the second Young Elites novel, and that's the one I read for the spine, the pretty spine, which, I mean, I don't know. I wanted to read the book and I needed to read it, so that's kind of the one I picked for the spine. And then I read The Midnight Star for an extra book because I needed a couple extra books to go along with all the other challenges. So I read these 2. And yeah. And these were really good. I really liked this trilogy. It was really good. I liked the way it ended up. It was a little surprising because it got a little, not deep dark, but it got a little dark with our main character. But I can't really tell you anything because this is the second and third book, except for that I really like the Young Elites trilogy and I would highly recommend it. I gave The Rose Society 5 stars, and I gave The Midnight Star 4 stars. So, yes, very good. So everything I read for the readathon was 4 and 5 stars. So, I mean, I got a lot of good books for the BookTubeAthon, and I even participated in a couple of Twitter things. So, but anyway, I definitely will participate in BookTubeAthon next year, and let me know down below if you participated, and if I haven't watched your wrap-up yet, I will. And I'll be back later with some more videos, and please always be kind to each other, and I'll see you again in the next video.